These likes, run up these likes. Yo, listen. The mayor called himself doing some homework, okay? I was trying to figure out now who in the world be in that building, be around Jim that would record him and send these things to Fifth and Cam. Who would do such things, gang? Who would do it? All champ, well, had to do some digging, gang. Had to make things make sense. Had to do some simple math, you know? Something a lot of people can't do for whatever reason. Anyway, I did some digging, found some files, gang. You ain't gonna believe these files. You're gonna be like, man, think you bring up a good point. That's what you're gonna say, gang. Yeah, you're gonna say that. You're gonna say, oh, champ, this makes sense. So where do we even start? By the way, need you to hit the like button. All right, up those likes. If you're in here, gang, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. And it ain't gonna take too long either, I promise. All right? It's not a full-blown investigation like you think. But just last year, around a year from now, last year, January 2025, Cameron spoke about how Jim Jones and Maino was before they got cool. We're going to take you step by step, gang. Smash the like shit video. What you say, Cam? Say.
Wonder how you met Maino? Ask him how you met Maino. Maino gonna downplay because they cool now. He tried to press Maino one day because Maino first came out. He had a little record dissing the rappers. I don't know, he's dissing. He said his name. So Jim Plus see Maino one day and was like, yo, what's up with all that saying my name? Maino said, who the you talking to? Oh, you think I wanted that you out your motherfucking mind? Now they the lobby boys. Every that do something to put pressure on you, you sit there and work it out. But when got a little genuine heart for you and all that, cool, that's the pattern.
So Cam said that Maino pressed up on Jim when Jim tried to confront Maino over a song he did back in the day, champ. Song was called Rumors, if you could remember, back in like 03-ish. Yeah, champ, right? Now they're cool. I'm gonna run it back one more time. Cam said it, right? Run it back one more time, champ. What you say, champ? Go ahead.
You ever wonder how you met Maino? Ask him how you met Maino. Maino gonna downplay because they cool now. He tried to press Maino one day because Maino first came out. He had a little record dissing the rappers. I don't know, he's dissing. He said his name. So Jim Plus see Maino one day and was like, yo, what's up with all that saying my name? Maino said, who the you talking to? Oh, you think I wanted that you out your motherfucking mind? Now they the lobby boys. Every that do something to put pressure on you, you sit there and work it out. But when got a little genuine heart for you and all that, cool, that's the pattern.
Interesting you say that, champ. Now, this is just Exhibit A. This is just Exhibit A, champ. We ain't get to Exhibit B yet, by the way. But we're gonna get to Exhibit B in just a second, right? Make sure you hit that like. So Exhibit B. This went under everyone's nose. Do y'all remember this post? This was a post that Maino posted like earlier this year. Guess you could say last year. Still around the same time. All right. Yeah, this is like December actually, before the Squatters' Rights freestyle. Right before it. Okay. Now take a look at what he said, gang. He said, meet Killer Curly, ladies and gentlemen. He helped me get my record deal before, so I'm always gonna be grateful. Remember that. 50 helped Maino get his record deal, so he's gonna always be grateful. Don't forget these things, champ. Don't forget that Fifth gave Maino a helping hand once upon a time. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna put that out there. He did acknowledge Fifth. He said, so it's gonna hurt me to drag this nigga down. So it's gonna hurt you to drag Fifth because Fifth helped you, champ? Okay. Remember, this was last year, champ. This is right before the little Squatters' Rights freestyle them niggas did. Okay? Right before it. Right? And these first two sentences in this post will suggest, Maino has some loyalty to 50 Cent in a way. Okay? Alright? Just saying. There's only one person who Fifth really did something for on the Let's Rap About It podcast, and his name is Maino, champ. We also spoke on whether Maino would leave the podcast or not a couple weeks ago. This is interesting, right? It's crazy, right? But here's where it gets more interesting. So the episode before they did the Squatters' Rights freestyle was very interesting. You know why? Because Jim Jones was making fun of Dave's East addiction to lean. Did you know that, champ? Yeah. Maino was the only one that took this serious, but Jim Jones was trying to make light of Dave's East addiction to lean. Yeah, champ, you didn't know that? We got the clip, gang. You think I brought the goddamn clip. All right? And Jimmy caught some fire for this. He definitely got himself, caught some heat from the internet behind trying to make fun of Dave East lean addiction. All right? And Maino was the only one that was trying to,
left that shit alone. Every nigga that
hold on, champs. I take it from the top, champ. You must take it from the goddamn top. Make sure you run up these likes too, gang. Yeah, we ain't doing it. Like, look.
When I was with the lean, when I left that shit alone, every nigga that I was still cool with, that was still sipping, I need to cut that shit out.
Oh, that's fine.
So I would never keep promoting it, like, you know what I'm saying?
So did somebody tell you, yo, bro, you need to do better. You need to stop. You need to
a few homies wasn't
being a drug addict. Did they tell
wasn't for that? You know what I'm saying? A few of my
see that? He's making fun of the man's addiction. Maino having a serious conversation with Davies. Jimmy jumps in and makes fun of the fact that the nigga was on dope. Listen, watch. You see?
Somebody tell you, yo, bro, you need to do better. You need to stop. You need to
a few homies wasn't
being a drug addict. Did they tell
wasn't for that? You know what I'm saying? A few of my homies wasn't for that.
Why would he laugh at that? Why would Jimmy make fun of Dave East having a lean addiction? Why would he laugh at that? Maino ain't laughing. Maino's having a heart-to-heart conversation with Dave East, right? Listen, I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. I'm doing simple math, saying, You ever thought it might have been Maino who was doing the backdooring? Pause. But let's continue.
What he said? They tell you stop using liquid heroin.
Yeah, no, they just was like that wasn't what we came from. That wasn't what a nigga was on.
A fiend.
Wait, why are you laughing at him? Would you laugh at your friends if they was on that stuff? I don't think Maino found that funny, champ. I don't think Maino thought that was cool, champ. I mean, he's also cool. He also has love for 50, champ. So I'm saying it. Maino is the mole, champ. The mayor says Maino's the mole. Yeah, champ, I said it. Mayor's the first one to say it. Only on the man's platform. Yeah, Maino, you the mole, champ. I said it. Yeah, mayor. I did, champ. Let's continue.
That wasn't what we came from. That wasn't what a nigga was on.
A fiend.
Wait.
This nigga shooting.
Wait, East was on heroin? What the fuck? What happened? When did that happen?
Yo, I thought it was a serious moment. That's what I
thought it was a serious moment. What you say, Maino? What did you say about that, champ?
Yo, I thought it was a serious moment. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I was trying to tell you some real shit.
Yeah. And this goofy nigga, this teen-year citizen is laughing at your addiction issues, champ. So either Maino is the mole or Dave East. You might be the mole. Allegedly, champ. Okay? Who's telling Fifth the nonsense about Jim Jones' mishaps? Now let's be very clear here. The building situation ain't got nothing to do with Dave East, Maino, or Fabolous's pockets. They're not the ones. It's Jim Jones that's paying. So whatever situation that's happening here is all on Jim Jones. However, these niggas' names is attached to it because obviously y'all dissed the nigga, man. Y'all dissed the nigga. Whatever. You said what you said about the Diddy documentary. Fifth responded. Y'all came back. You know what I'm saying? trying to diss him with the Squatters' Rights freestyle, and then he comes back with a lot of information out of nowhere. Who gave him that information? Who was recording when Con Edison turned them lights out in the goddamn studio, champ? Somebody had to do it. Maino, was it you? I'm alleging that it was you, champ. Or it could have been Davies, because Davies saying like that this nigga was laughing at his addiction issue. I don't know, champ. You be the judge. But let's
that wasn't what a nigga was on.
Wait,
Wait, East was on heroin? What the fuck? What happened? When did that happen?
Yo, I thought it was a serious moment. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought. I was trying to tell you some real shit.
I thought, right, I was with you.
I don't know where that went.
You was venting, and I heard different music.
Now I was on the H. I don't know.
That was crazy. No, seriously, let's bring it back.
He was on the Brown.
Right, that was wild. That was crazy.
Why is Jim Jones the only bozo that's laughing here? You see, he the only bozo laugh. Yo, listen, if my friend, I call somebody my friend and they had an addiction issue and they recovered from it, that's a great thing. Not many people ever recover from any addiction. By the way, this ain't cool. This is weird behavior. This is stupid behavior. This is childish behavior. But again, this nigga has been the same Jimmy since goddamn we knew who the hell he was, nigga. Since the nigga was doing cartwheels in Harlem and all that. That's the same Jim, champ. He's never changed. You feel me? Like, he thinks that it's funny that a nigga had an addiction issue. Yeah, he thinks it's hilarious. You know? But let's continue.
Liquid, like they call.
But he wasn't on. Okay, he was on
lean liquid heroin.
Okay, got it. But
it's the expensive heroin.
Understood, 100%. But listen,
it's for the youth, man.
But somebody said to you that you should stop,
right?
And pulled you up. That's somebody that you respect.
Yeah,
I think it
like close friends, like a couple close people to me wasn't with that.
This was a serious conversation, and this bozo said, "You shouldn't be an addict then." You sound dumb, nigga. Yeah, you sound like a goddamn goofy. That's exactly what you are, a goofy nigga. Like, what are we talking about? Like I said, I think niggas don't like the way Jim is behaving, nigga. I think niggas don't like it. Yeah, Jim. And as you saw before, in case you just joined, I showed y'all the post right here. See this post that he did of 50 Cent? Look, remember this post where he was trying to go at 50? He literally said, "Meet Killer Curly, ladies and gentlemen. He helped me get my record deal before. So I'm going to always be grateful." Meaning he's always going to be grateful of what Fifth did for him. So it's going to hurt me to drag this nigga to hell. Yeah, it's going to hurt him to do something for someone who did something for him. So really, Maino don't hate Fifth or have any hatred for Fifth whatsoever. Which means he could very well be the goddamn mole, especially after trying to make fun of Davies' situation. I'm saying it, champ. This is my narrative, champ. I'm alleging this. Yeah, I'm accusing Maino of being the mole, helping Fifth and Cameron get information on Jim because Jim is wilding. Okay? In my personal opinion. Now, we got some town taxes from the homie Mystery Monk. But $5 in town taxes who says, do you think Jim might do a podcast with Freaky Zeke, Hell Tell, and maybe his bodega cat? I don't know, Jim. I know Freaky Zeke and Jim is not cool. I think Hell Rel and Jim might still be cool. I have no idea. But the bodega cat, yeah, there might be a bodega cat on the podcast because it's cold enough for a bodega cat to survive in that building. So why not, right? But salute to you for paying them town taxes. You dig? Oh, champ. Listen, man. All I'm going to say is this. I think that the mole is between Davies and goddamn Maino. All right? Now, Fab? I don't know. So, Fab been cool. I think Fab been cool with Jimmy for the longest, if I'm not mistaken. Fab and Jimmy been cool for a pretty long time. So, I don't think it's Fab, but who knows, man? I don't think Fab is in the equation. You feel me? I don't think he's in the equation. But in case you have any doubts in the mayor's objective and discovery, well, I'm gonna run the video back, champ. Yeah, let's run back that video of Jim Jones
that shit alone. Every nigga that I was still.
Hold on, I want y'all to watch this. I ain't gonna say a goddamn thing. Just watch.
When I was with the lean, when I left that shit alone, every nigga that I was still cool with, that was still sipping, I need to cut that shit out.
Oh, that's fine.
So I would never keep promoting it, like, you know what I'm saying?
So did somebody tell you, yo, bro, you need to do better. You need to stop.
You need to
a few homies wasn't
being a drug addict. Did they tell
wasn't for that? You know what I'm saying? A few of my homies wasn't for that. What he said?
They tell you stop using liquid heroin.
Yeah, no, they just was like that wasn't what we came from. That wasn't what a nigga was
Niggas
on.
a fiend.
Wait.
This nigga shooting it.
Wait, East was on heroin? What the fuck? What happened? When did that happen?
Yo, I thought it was a serious moment. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought. I was trying to tell you some real shit.
I thought, right, I was with you.
I don't know where that went.
You was venting. And I heard different music.
Now I was on the H. I don't know.
That was crazy. No, seriously, let's bring it back.
He was on the brown.
Right, that was wild. That was crazy.
I said liquid, like they call.
But he wasn't on. Okay, he was on
lean liquid heroin.
Okay, got it. But
it's the expensive heroin.
Understood, 100%. But listen,
it's for the youth, man.
but somebody said to you that you should stop,
right?
And pulled you up. That's somebody that you respect.
Yeah,
I think it
like close friends, like a couple close people to me wasn't with that.
Yeah, so you trying to make light of a situation that was serious, Jim. And Maino kept it on a heart-to-heart level. He didn't. The Bossy but Rebel channel says it seems like nobody respects Jim Jones anymore. Nobody really F with him for real. That's what it looked like to me. So it could be anybody, but I'm suggesting it might be Maino, because Maino is the only one who really got a relationship with Fifth like that, if that makes sense. All right, I'ma just say that. She also says anybody could be the mole because look how close Cam and Jim was, and they effing enemies right now. Yeah, that's possible. And you said that he knew Dave E since he was 17. Knowing somebody and being cool with somebody is two different things. There was a period where East and Jones had an issue, actually, by the way. There was some sort of problem there. That happened too. But Jim usually got a problem with every goddamn body. Nigga, who the hell this nigga don't got a problem? It Stack Bundles and Max B had issues with him because he wasn't letting them niggas make their own album. He was using them niggas to make music. He was using them as features and goddamn writers. Them niggas wrote Ballin' together. Max B and Stack Bundles wrote Ballin' for Jim Jones together, nigga. You feel me? So yeah, Jimmy and Max B ended up dissing Jimmy and not, effing with Jimmy years ago. So he had issues with everybody. Everybody got an issue with Jim Jones. All right. Shorty Nick says niggas should have slapped Jim. So could you imagine? That would be crazy. You really want to get some views? Yeah, let Jimmy get clapped on camera. Pause. I'm saying the proper verbiage here. You dig? I'm saying the proper verbiage. Monk says, I hear Jimmy gonna do the podcast on a pair of Radio Shack walkie-talkies to the universe. Well, I heard they was gonna do the podcast with mic'd up flashlights, like flashlights that are also mics, champ. Glow in the dark microphones, so everybody can be seen, champ. Yeah, I heard they had audio implanted flashlights they're gonna do the podcast with, champ. It's gonna be like an episode of Ghost Hunters in Harlem somewhere, wherever that studio is at, nigga. It's gonna be an episode of Ghost Hunters with niggas in it. It's gonna be some Negroes instead of white people. Yeah, they're gonna do an episode of Ghost Hunters. It's gonna be the goddamn Let's Ghost about it. It's not gonna be Let's Rap about it no more, champ. It's gonna be Ghost Hunters now with niggas in it. It's gonna be a different type of ghost hunter. They're gonna try to find Alpo and Rich Porter's ghost, champ, with microphone flashlights. Yeah, that's what I heard. Allegedly, champ. You dig? Oh man. The Ballsy but Rebel channel says, I hate to see this happen to him, but when people tell stories and show proof of how dirty he did it, make me look at him sideways. But I love Jim Jones, but the information keep coming out. I don't love Jim Jones, I ain't gonna lie. I don't give a damn about Jim, respectfully. Took that nigga a long time to even be a good rapper. It took him a long time. Like, how take you damn near 20 years to get good, nigga? Queen of Topics TV says 9 times out of 10, the mole is a woman. Men always let their guard down for a woman. It's most likely one of their little Tatianas. A word? You might have a point. I ain't see none in the studio, but they probably was around. It probably, that's a possibility. But it also might be a Negro too. It might be a grown man doing it. You dig? She says it's making me look at him sideways, especially when he came for Dame Dash. I don't like her. Niggas is coming from Dame Dash. Well, he tried it. He tried it. Billy Ware says, Showface, you remember those lights you pop and they light up green? That's what they using for the podcast. You talking about the glow sticks, gang? Are you referring to glow sticks, champ? Might be talking about that. Listen, all I'm saying is this, gang. Why in the world did he think it was okay to make fun of Dave East's dope addiction? He was addicted to goddamn H-Town, better yet known as lean. He was making fun of his addiction. Maino had a heart-to-heart with Dave East. And goddamn Jimmy's laughing, said, ha, 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 you shouldn't be an addict then. Like, what type of nonsense is that? You not my friend, nigga. On the real, if anybody was laughing at my addiction, I might have to violate. You feel me? I'm gonna crash out. Like, yo, why you think that's funny, champ? You think that my addiction is hilarious, nigga? What's up with you? Oh, champ. Queen of Topics says the person recording was short. LOL, I'm 5'3". I know it was a woman. How do you know if they was on their knees or not? They might have not even been standing up. They could have been recorded kneeling down. You feel me? So you can't necessarily say if you don't know, champ. Yo, listen, maybe they was 5'3" kneeling down. Like when they kneeled down and recorded like this, they was 5'3". You feel me? So you can't say for sure, champ. But I understand where you're coming from, gang. I do. All right. I hear you though. Man, here's what you saying, but I don't know. Oh, champ. Y'all think it was cool for Jimmy to laugh at Davies' dope problem, nigga? I don't know, champ. I don't think that's cool, man. Enigma says I need to kick Jimmy off the pod. How you gonna kick the nigga that owned the building off the pod? Well, he don't own anything, my bad. How you gonna kick the nigga that has the goddamn setting for the podcast? You can't kick him off. He came up with the goddamn idea. You feel me? Or was a contractor who's fixing up the building? Yo, listen, I think it's deeper than rap. I think it's somebody on a listen. Sometimes it be the person that you think is the closest to you that's recording you the whole time. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm thinking of the worst possible scenario. Worst case scenario is goddamn Maino, nigga. Why would Maino want to be attached to this madness? I'm like, It must be Maino. Maino the only one who's connected. Maino the only nigga that got a connection to 50 Cent that's on the podcast. Maino and Fifth had a relationship. So because of that, I have to assume it's Maino. I must assume it's Maino. Monk says it's Whack 100. Whack can't come to New York. Whack can't come. If Whack is not in a tourist area, he can't come to New York, bro. He can't come to nobody's. They're gonna violate him. It'll be his last stay, champ. So it can't be Whack. That nigga can't come nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Davies also met up with Max B. However, he told Jim the reason and all that nonsense. But Max B don't got beef with Jim. Jim got beef with Max B. Max B doesn't have an issue with Jim anymore. But Jim for damn sure got an issue with Max B. We're going to talk about Max B on a later date because there's a lot of things that niggas is not saying that need to be said. I ain't going to lie. And I don't hate Max B and I don't wish bad for Max B, but champ, some things need to be spoken upon. I'm going to just say that because I found out some things that are not good. So Maino and 50 is cool. No, 50 is the one who got Maino a deal. Maino actually made a post. I'm gonna read the post again. This was right before they did the Squatters' Rights freestyle. He was making fun of 50 Cent because 50 Cent made fun of them because Jimmy owed the landlord money, right? And he made the post. He said, "Beat Killer Curly, ladies and gentlemen. He helped me get my record deal before, so I'm always gonna be grateful. I'm always grateful." So it's gonna hurt me to drag this nigga to hell. So he don't got a problem with 50. He don't got an issue with 50 Cent. He doesn't. Dooley 81 with $5 in town taxes says the delusion of these Jimmy supporters is wild. Some of them still act like Jimmy good after all these violations. Oh, he is not good at all, Jim, by the way. He's not good. I'm gonna just be honest. He got called out to run the fade, but not only not only Dame Dash. Dame Dash called him out to shoot the one. But Mandu Warrior also called out Jim Jones to shoot the one. An OG Billy Badass blood named Mandu Warrior. If you're from New York City and you've been outside, you know exactly who that is. Called out Jimmy to run it outside. Jimmy ignored it. Jimmy ignored it though. You heard? Jimmy ignored it. He did violate the man, tell the man to eat Frank. But the OG Billy said, listen, come see me outside. Jimmy ignored it. Jimmy did not want to run it with Mandu Warrior, champ. Facts. Shorty Nick says 50 paying them little niggas like TMZ. Paying somebody, champ, or somebody's the more. Takeover says Queens Flip is the more. Maybe. But you know, Queens Flip is like Jim Jones' family. Unless Jimmy violated Queens Flip, I don't know, champ. And Flip been around, shit, by the way. You dig? And I'm gonna run this clip back too, because Cameron said this last year.
Ask somebody, man, Mayo gone down.
He talks about how Maino and Jim's history began and all that. Look, watch.
You ever wonder how you met Maino? Ask somebody, you met Mayo. Mayo gonna downplay because they cool now. He tried to press Maino one day because Maino first came out. He had a little record dissing the rappers. I don't know he's dissing. He said his name. So Jim plus see Maino one day and was like, yo, what's up with all that saying my name? Maino said, who the you talking to? Oh, you think I one of them you out your motherfucking mind? Now they the lobby boys. Every that do something to put pressure on you, you sit there and work it out. But when got a little genuine heart for you and all that, cool, that's the pattern.
Yeah, champ. Maino pressed up on Jim because Jim confronted him for the song called Rumors back in like 2003. Dig that, now niggas is cool all of a sudden, champ. Now niggas is cool. Queen of Topics TV says, well, Cam and 50 seem to have the drop, so whoever it is telling them both. Is Maino and Cam cool? You might be right. I don't know. I have zero clue. I have no idea. I've never seen Maino and Cam in the same setting. I have no idea. Mystery Monk says maybe he can start a podcast with the other non-trade members on YouTube. 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake ain't jacking nobody. 1090 Jake not even a member. Wasn't he jacking? He was jacking G-Sean, right? Because of a YNW Melly case. He was jacking G-Sean and all that nonsense. GKB, whatever. Listen, 1090 Jake's not blood, champ. Nobody put him on, champ. I think he paid a very upstanding member to be blood, but he ain't blood, gang. Let's just be fair. 1090 Jake ain't do nothing. He ain't put in no work. He's also a rat. He wrote a grievance in jail. 1090 Jake is a rat. Yeah, Jacob Cherry, aka 1090 Jake from Massachusetts, who now resides in Jacksonville, Florida, is a goddamn rat. And I said this multiple times in the past, probably 3 years ago now. Yeah, that nigga wrote a grievance, champ. You dig? Oh, champ. 1090 Jake, the Great White Blood. It's crazy how this just turned into a 1090 Jake slander failure. 1090 Jake is a bozo, nigga. 1090 Jake is a bozo. I don't rock with 1090 Jake. The only honorable thing he did was prove that Young Thug wasn't a rat and how niggas lied to make it seem like Young Thug was a rat. That's about the only honorable thing he did, but he's still a rat. I don't care. Jim Jones always comes off as a bully. See, Jimmy tried to get gangster with niggas who was really gangster, and it didn't turn out well. He tried the same thing with Rod Diggs, and Rod Diggs almost ended his life. Facts. The nigga went up to Rod Diggs and told him cut it out with all that blood ish. Rod Diggs waited till that nigga got on stage and pointed the blick from the crowd, and Jim Jones looked with fear in his eyes, thinking it could all be over. Yeah, you try to play with real G's, gang. Don't do that. Rod Diggs was so goddamn gangster. He was too gangster. Rod Diggs was one of those two gangster niggas. See, by the way, y'all, here's an educational lesson for y'all. When you too gangster in the street, niggas are gonna tell on you. Don't ever try to out gangster everybody, because the moment you do that, you're going to jail, champ. And you're not just gonna go to jail because you committed crime. You're gonna go to jail because niggas who you more gangster than feel intimidated, and they're gonna get you locked up, champ. So the moment you out gangster all the gangsters, champ, you going to prison because them niggas gonna tell. Don't think for 1 second the streets won't tell on you, because they will, champ. By the way, yeah, niggas don't cooperate. Did you just put someone who everybody thought was gangster? Did you out gangster him? Well, he's telling, by the way. This nigga's an informant now. He's telling. He's eating all the White Castle burgers that you can buy. And yeah, nigga, you're going to prison, champ. He's telling everything you did, champ. You just made him look crazy outside. Yeah, champ. That's what happened to Rod Diggs. He was too gangster. When you're too gangster, you get locked up for a very long time, because niggas are gonna tell. Did you know that, champ? Even the nigga you thought was the most gangster nigga ever, he's telling. Yeah, he's telling, champ. He's telling, by the way. There's quite a few niggas on YouTube who's definitely got herbed up, and now they acting like they hate gangs and all. Now they gang haters. They want to be the New York version of Charleston White. Niggas talking about they hate Bloods. Niggas talking about they hate Crips and all that. Yeah, because you got herbed up, champ. That's why you hate them. You hate them because those niggas herbed you up. So because these Bloods and Crips done herbed you up or what have you, now all of a sudden you just hate Bloods and Crips now. But got the audacity to have blood in your name. So how that work? Make it make sense, champ. Oh, that's right. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all watching right now, champ. You're not gonna say nothing, but I know, champ. And I know about the niggas who herbed you up too. You heard? The bossy, but Rebel Channel said Young Thug is a classic rat. No, he's not. That's not true. It's false information. It's not true. I'm connected in Atlanta, by the way. I'm very connected in Atlanta. The Young Thug is not a rat. Don't believe everything you hear. See, this is what y'all gotta realize. Once the internet does a lot of narrative painting, they can make something seem like something that it's not. So the crazy thing about the Young Thug situation is the audio been out way before, and everybody's seen that same audio. The person who released the audio originally, they were paid to get rid of the audio so another nigga could upload the audio. His name is Seti Nash. And this same nigga is lying, saying that he robbed Gucci Mane for whatever dumbass reason. And he's the nigga that paid a nigga $400 to erase the Young Thug audio so he can upload the audio as if it's new when everybody already seen it. They just don't realize they seen it and try to make it seem like Young Thug is a rat. And that's just not true. It's false information. It just looks, everything that looks the way it looks ain't always the way it looks. Let me just say that. Mystery Monk says, remember when he tried to check Mace? Who tried to check Mace? Jimmy? Jimmy tried to check Mace? I mean, yo, listen. Jimmy tried to press a lot of people, and it just didn't go well, man. Nobody's scared of Jim Jones. The problem is nobody's actually in fear of Jimmy. Nobody's scared of him, champ. Yeah, nobody's scared of him, nigga. He got two legs that look like the bones in a chicken flat. You know, he got chicken flat bone legs. You know how when you eat a chicken flat and he got them two bones just connected? That's how Jimmy legs look, nigga. So nobody's really scared of Jimmy. You know, I never heard of a scary bow-legged individual. This doesn't exist. Troy Nick says, Seti the cop calling Crip and 1090 Jake the Great White Blood all in cahoots. That's a fact. All of them rats is in cahoots, nigga. You see Seti Nash, nigga? Seti Nash might have diabetes, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. That nigga Seti Nash might have diabetes. I ain't gonna hold you. That nigga just got bigger and bigger. That nigga Seti look like he got something. I ain't gonna hold you. Either you got diabetes or you done caught something for paying for buns. Did you raw dog one of the OF models you done paid to blast or nah? I don't know. You got something, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. Southside Demon Time. This is like follow the leader and it looks crazy. It looks nasty, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you, gang. This looks wild. This looks wild. Seti Nash. That nigga Seti Nash is trying to act like he robbed Gucci Mane. Who believes this nigga? Who would believe that Seti Nash, they trying to say I robbed Gucci Mane? Nigga, nobody thinks you robbed Gucci Mane. Stop it. Cut it out, bro. Who would think who puts these fake false narratives out? Like, nigga, you too big to do a robbery, nigga. What are you talking about? Mystery Monk says Shorty Nick's oh no, you talking to Shorty Nick, my fault. I ain't even mean to read that. Takeover says, I hope Jimmy got the proper perms with all that demolition going on in that warehouse. Nigga, knowing this guy, he probably don't even got. They probably gonna end up putting that stuff down, bro. They gonna end up knocking everything down that they try to create because Jimmy didn't get the permits for it. You know Jimmy a dummy, right? He's not the smartest. He ain't the smartest light bulb in that box. I ain't gonna hold you. He ain't the brightest light bulb in the box. He's just not. Like, so I don't understand how anyone would think that he got permits for creating those things in that warehouse. He never got permits for it. So yeah, Jim, I don't know. But I shall run this one back. This situation with Jim Jones trying to make fun of Dave East's addiction to lean. It's pretty bad. Pretty crazy. It's pretty bad.
To the alone, every nigga that I was still cool with, that was still sipping, I need to cut that shit out.
Oh, that's fine.
So I would never keep promoting it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So did somebody tell you, yo, bro, you need to do better. You need to stop. You need to
a few homies wasn't
being a drug addict. Did they tell
wasn't for that? You know what I'm saying? A few of my homies wasn't for that. What he said?
They tell you stop using liquid heroin.
Yeah, no, they just was like that wasn't. Well,
did you say this when Jewels was hooked to lean? I bet you Jimmy didn't laugh with Lil Wayne's lean addiction and Joel Santana's lean addiction, because Joel Santana also had a lean addiction. Did you laugh at Joel's? Did you laugh at Wayne? Wayne has been on lean for a very long time, and surprisingly, he's still alive. You feel me? Surprisingly, he's still alive. I Am Who I Am says Seti let Rat 100 press him on his lot. Yo, listen. There's a lot of people who let Whack 100 press them for whatever weird reason. I don't know what that's about. You feel me? I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. I have no words for that. Letting Whack 100 press you is crazy. I don't know what they got going on, nor do I care, but hey, it is what it is. Terrence T said, who was it that chased Jim through the rucker? You mean Jim Jones and Cameron? True Life and his goons did. True Life and his goons chased Jimmy and Cam through the rucker. Oddly enough, Jim Jones stuck around and he actually tried to fight back. Cameron, on the other hand, was gone. Cam did not fight back. Cam beat his feet and got out the way. Jimmy, on the other hand, he did try to fight back, at least. I'll give him that, champ. He did try to fight back. But your boy Cam was out of there. Your boy Cam was gone. Salute to Keith Shells in the chat. Like, come on, bro. I don't know anymore. All I'm gonna say is this, game, that this is nasty work. I don't know who the mole is, gang, but I'm speculating that it's Maino. The mayor believes that because Maino has had a relationship with 50 Cent, that he must be the person that's the mole. This is just my math. I'm doing simple math, Jim. This is what I've come to the conclusion of. I think that the mole is Maino. He the only one that got connects to Fifth. Fifth helped Maino's career. So I have to assume that the mole is Maino. It could be Davies. It could be anybody. Hey, It might not be Dave East or Maino. It could be goddamn Fabolous for all I goddamn know. Could be anybody. But my math seems to be mathing. I ain't gonna lie. This is my opinion though. You heard? But look, make sure you smash the like button, man. Hit the like shit. I want y'all to let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section, gang. And when you hit the comment section, I need you to hit the hype button as well. The hype button is very important. The hype button is very important. You heard? So hit the hype. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Okay? But one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. Are you ready, gang? It's the mayor, the one and only New York Mayor, F. Mom Donnie, and you rocking with the town favorite Showface News is Big Gotham. You already know it's the town versus everybody at all times. I'm off here, gang. Salute.